Hello and a very warm welcome to this special interaction that I have on sports today. This individual right here has got a fantastic connection with India when you have to look at rugby sevens. His dad is also a legendary rugby player, and currently he's on the cusp of achieving something special in the Rugby Premier League also. I am joined by the legendary Tomasi Cama here. Tomasi, thank you so much for taking time out and speaking with sports today.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Tomasi, when I have to look at this Rugby Premier League, and luckily your team is also in the final of the Rugby Premier League also, how will rugby, for so long it's been dormant in India, do you think this Rugby Premier League is going to ensure that it puts India on the map when it comes to rugby sevens, especially when you look at India is potentially going to host the Olympics in 2036, and rugby sevens is a very important discipline in that?
Yeah, I think it's only going to get better and it's going to grow. Obviously, the big reasons for us as coaches and the marquee players and players from outside India, one of the big reasons why we're here is obviously to try and grow the game and help the local here understand the deeper meaning of rugby because it's not just about the game itself. You know, it's there's more to it around identity and who you are, where you're from. Those are the things that we try and plant some seeds here in India, and we're very grateful to be the selected ones to be here and first one to be involved, take part in this great event. And there's obviously potential and there's obviously things that we can be better at, and I'm sure the organisations and they'll will have a look at that as well. And but we've been really enjoying our time here. Um, the boys enjoying playing alongside the local boys, and it's just a case of us learning from each other and what we can take away as well. So, and then for us, it's important what we live here, for the local boys to really nail how to be a professional rugby players, and that's some of these players are obviously playing in the Olympics, so it's good to share their knowledge with them.
Tomasi, you got very fond memories of India. In 2010, in the Commonwealth Games, you managed to win the gold medal also. Plus, now, what made you come and be associated with the Rugby Premier League in India? What was that one spark that you wanted? That yes, I want to come to India and grow this new crop of players.
I think it's you got to love the game. It doesn't matter where and when, but you've been asked and called upon to go and share what you learned through the game. And I wasn't hesitate to come here and obviously share what I've learned through my rugby career and now as a coach. But there's so much to learn as well, and that's the only thing we can do. Like just to give back. And it's a better place to come and do it here in India. And people are really passionate about the game, and we just want to make sure that we share and learn as much as we can from them, and obviously what we can share with them as well. I think it's only going to get better. The game teaches itself. You're just going to keep playing the game to really understand it, what it takes to play good at sevens, and what it takes to win. As you can see, there's the results during this tournament. It's anyone can beat anyone on their day. So we really, as I said, we were excited to be here, and one more day for us to go.
Tomasi, I mean, you've got great rugby pedigree in your family. Dad was also a great rugby player. You also, rugby sevens, you're the leading try getter also. Growing up in Fiji and plying your trade in New Zealand, I mean, which is the powerhouse of rugby, be it sevens or the 15s, how has your journey been when it comes to rugby? And what was the message that dad told you when you went for your first rugby game? What are your earliest memories of rugby sevens or rugby when you started playing?
Well, I think my dad was he's just always say like your rugby players is just going to be ready all the time. If you don't play and you're preparing, and it doesn't matter if I get asked to play for any team, as long as I know I'm doing the work, then I can go and play. And you're obviously going to learn from different players, different coaches in different teams. But if you're not prepared physically and mentally, and then your risks is high as well. So But then, obviously I grew up in Fiji and ended up playing in New Zealand. My dad was coaching Fiji at the time, and I just want to challenge myself. Obviously looking up to the New Zealand team, growing up in Fiji, and it's a rivalry between Fiji and New Zealand back then. And I went to New Zealand and got asked to go to one of the camps, and they opened my eyes up, and I really want to challenge myself to try and make their team. And it took me a couple of years to cricket, but it's worth it. And I knew I was going to learn and get better as a rugby player and obviously as a person. And been very grateful for the opportunity that New Zealand and obviously the All Black Sevens have given me, and I've been there for a while now. And as I said, it's time to give back to the team. They've been giving me so much.
Final two questions, Tomasi. I mean, Fiji have won two gold in the Olympics. One was beating New Zealand. New Zealand have gotten a silver, but surprisingly have never won the Rugby Sevens gold. Why do you think Fiji is doing so well as a Rugby Sevens powerhouse?
Well, they always know the game. They play the game every weekend. And as I said, the game teaches itself. The more you play and you're conditioned to it, the cohesion with each other. If there's any team in the world that really understands sevens, it's the Fijians, because that's their national games. And obviously for New Zealand, we've got to challenge ourselves as well. And 15s is the game there, and then we've got to try and breed young players coming through the program. We need a lot of sevens tournament in New Zealand where we do not have that at the moment, and that's the exciting part. If we can get players to come and learn. But at the moment we are learning in the World Series, and as you can see, it's really ruthless, because you're playing against the top quality elite players from around the world. And there's a reason why Fiji has won two gold medals. It's a habit. It's just what they do. And obviously, the pressure that comes with it when you perform in the big stages of your life. But when they know this is what I do every day, it becomes you can go deal with that pressure. Where for some of us, because we don't have that, we have to keep thinking, all right, what's next, and sometimes when you deal with that and the pressure that comes with the occasions, and it can really get you.
Last question, Tomasi. I mean, what is the lesson that India can learn from Fiji? And does the Rugby Premier League, is it a path towards that lesson, or do you think India needs to do a lot more to even come close to Fiji when you look at Rugby Sevens in the Olympics?
Well, I think you're going to look at the people, the gene, the identity, because the game is not, it's physical. You got to look at the physical side of it. How do you train, the locals here, the players, to be dominate physically, and sevens is about repeated effort, and you're not gonna do it once. You got to keep doing it over and over. And the mental side of it, you're gonna be mentally tough. The game is, you're gonna get knocked, you're gonna get wins, you're gonna get losses, and you're gonna get injured, you're gonna get picked, you're gonna get dropped. Those are the mental challenge, and obviously the tactical side of the games. You're gonna understand the flow of the game and what's your strength, how you wanna play, and you can't just copy other teams the way they play, because it's gonna depend on who's in your team, and those are all the things that you can put together. But I think, as I said this week, the biggest learning, a lot of the things you got to do well off the field. The nutrition, the recovery, how you look after your body to be ready to perform. In the game, once you go out there, then you just go in and enjoy yourselves. But a lot of the work has to be done off the field around those key areas, and how you, how you sweat off the grass. You got to study the game. That's If you want to be a professional rugby player, that's just what you have to do. Eat well, the sleep, the recovery, and obviously study the game. And then have a plan, obviously, and then how you fit into the team and where's your strength comes into play. So, but I hope the local boys have picked up on their various teams with the marquee players, that that's been involved, and obviously the coaches that have been involved in the certain teams. So, as you can see, the game's gotten better and better each day as we play, and it's said today's the last day.
Yep. So we wish him all the best. Tomasi, thank you so much for taking time out and speaking to us on Sports Today. Wishing you and your team all the best, and also ensuring that you can guide us in the coming years as well so that we can get Olympic glory. So that was it. Tomasi Cama speaking to us on Sports Today. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.